Welcome back to Wellness as a Way of Life. I am coming to the end of season 5, wrapping it up. And I just wanted to take a little time to, celebrate myself and bring you the highlights, my lessons in podcasting in general, some of my key takeaways in this season, and episodes that are crowd favorites that if you haven't already had a chance to listen to, you might want to go back and do so. So I'm coming in now at 188 total episodes of my podcast. I'm excited to start season 6 in the fall. I'm going to take a summer break, and I encourage you to go back if you haven't already listened to some featured favorite episodes. The episode I did with Dr. Erin, Nance, the founder and CEO of Feel Better, on breaking down autoimmune misdiagnoses, insights, and solutions. She has a great story, an incredible company that she's starting. I'm so excited to be a part of it. And there's just a lot going on in the world of autoimmune misdiagnosis, particularly for women. Surprise, surprise. We dive into and explore a little bit about why that is. It has a lot to do with the fact that women were not actually included in the majority of the medical studies, certainly drug tests, until relatively recently. We're talking the last 20 years, if you can believe it. So a lot of the information that, modern medicine or medicine 2.0 has taken as factual wasn't ever tested on women. And of course, our hormones are completely different. We are completely different times of the month and different stages of our lives. And I would argue, this isn't something that we discuss particularly, but one sort of red flag is how when you're pregnant, modern medicine is very cautious, which is a good thing. But it's because they don't really know the effects on pregnant women. Makes sense that they didn't want to test on pregnant women. I'm not saying we should do that per se, but there's so much work to be done to really understand how our hormones, and let's be clear that, I know we were taught in biology, 30, 40 years ago that there are male and female hormones. Well, really, we all have all those hormones, and it's just more about the potency and how they operate in our bodies, not just with our sex organs, but I would argue more importantly, or, also very important to understand, is how they change our brains and how they shape our behavior and our brain chemistry. So definitely check out that episode. I also really enjoyed the episode I did with a former client and dear friend, Stephanie Buckley. She is an expert in alternative pain management. And again, this is like a massive topic. There are so many people, and more women, because women tend to not be believed or just to be seen as, complaining. Alternative ways that she personally in her wellness journey found different levels of healing, control over her pain journey, and just like a reframing. So definitely check out that one. It's called Holistic and Optimal Pain Mindset, so you can get back to doing the activities you love. That was episode 20. And there are so many. I did a great episode with several experts on menopause. You can check out that. That was more towards May. And I had one of my most popular guests back, and I would like to think of him as a friend. He's now my coach as well. My husband and I did his conscious communication course, and I am planning on doing the next level, which will allow me to be certified as a facilitator of his work. It's so powerful. The episode we did is called Beyond Defensiveness, Growing Neural Pathways for Peace with James. His nickname is Fish because his last name is Gill. He is just the most sweetest man and has so much, just a wealth of knowledge and experience helping people find better communication in their relationships. It's life-changing, let me tell you. What else did I want to highlight? I'm really proud, honestly, of this season's lineup, if you will. Oh, yes. We did early on with my friend Barbara. We did these Elevate and Lead miniseries where there's lots of great tidbits in terms of feeling like more authentically yourself in a leadership role. And let's face it, as women, like we're all leaders of families. We tend to be. So maybe you don't want to be a leader at work, but I would say just understanding leadership, I think we kind of have a limited perspective on the whole of what leadership can look like and what leadership is. And these 3 mini-series bring new insight to that. I also did a mini-series on cacao, which is an incredible superfood. I had, she's a friend of mine and an expert not only in the cultivation of cacao and its benefits, health benefits, but specifically in terms of women's health. And it was a great series. Her name is Ale Forero, and she's with Jangala Project, which is a cacao company in Chiapas. And I particularly recommend the one that's on women's health and cacao because it's just another great tool to have. I personally can't drink coffee all the time. I particularly, and we talk about this in the episode, when I'm menstruating, it's just like too acidic. I can tell it's not doing me any favors. And so my body really prefers to drink hot cocoa or quality cacao instead of coffee at that time. It's also like a softer energy that it gives you. It just has different micronutrients and antioxidants than coffee. And it's just this alternative that you should know about. You can have it more as your 4:00 pick-me-up. It's, like I said, it is an energy boost, but I think more importantly, from my perspective, is that it is a mood booster. So I'll leave you with that little list of to-dos if you're looking for something to listen to on the dock of a bay. And, I really hope for you that you are planning to do some rest over the next 6 weeks. I don't think I talked about it this season, but I have in others. Energetically, I kind of feel like there's this upsweep in energy to start new projects and, just sort of like get back to the books. It comes from childhood of starting in September school, but for me, in my birthday is the beginning of spring. So that's a great high energy time for me, as it is September. September, it feels like a more grounded, like I said, like let's learn something new. Let's get back into the routine. And in order for that to feel really good and you to be excited about getting into that, grounded routine energy, you really have to take some time off and, play, rest, go outside of your routine in big and or small ways, and just give yourself permission to do whatever you love to do as a child during the summer. Like, was it read copious amounts? Was it swim? Was it sit in the sun? Was it go for more walks? Was it to eat more fruit? That was a little tidbit that I shared today. Greatest, most, powerful nature's candy. Eat more fresh fruit. There's a reason that nature has this abundance of fruit at this time of year. It's hydrating, it's cooling for the body, it's packed with nutrients, it's high fiber. So whatever you're doing, go get some fresh fruit at a farmer's market today if you can, this weekend if it's not a weekly occurrence in your community. And I would love to hear from you. If you have the bandwidth, just tell me one takeaway from this season that you really enjoyed, something you learned, something you implemented. If you could leave it as a comment in the reviews or part of your review, that would be amazing. That would be a real beautiful way for me to close out this season, having a few more reviews. I can always use the boost, and makes me, reminds me that I'm reaching people and that what I'm doing is important. I mean, I know it is, but it's always nice to have a little bit of that feedback to know exactly what's reaching you, what resonates, and what is supporting you the most. So have a good one. Remember, rest, restore, get some sun on your face.